Good news. We are having a moment. The pendulum is swinging back. The fringe is being pushed back where it belongs. But this is about more than the midterms. It's about what we want as the dialogue in America to be about. And I'm going to highlight this in several dynamics that we're living through. First, the obvious, the midterms. There's no question there was a wave, just not for the GOP. Independent voters are the story. You are the why behind the lack of the red wave and lack of more movement by the Democrats. Numbers don't lie. Nationally, almost 1 in 3 voters, non-party driven. Look state by state, key races, okay? Pennsylvania, independents favored Fetterman, 18 points. He won by 4.5. Georgia, free agents. That's what I call independents, right? No team, no tribe. Open heart, open mind, willing to listen. Free agents like Warnock, plus 28. Remember the spread. Walker right now, Warnock may be up 0.9% heading into the runoff. Arizona, independents backed Mark Kelly, plus 30. He beat Blake Masters by 5.3 overall. Numbers don't lie. No question, free agents were change makers. You are the fastest growing part of the electorate. Polling missed priorities and some race outcomes because they oversampled partisans. Independents, free agents, you're the reality, okay? This country is not extreme. We are center-left on social issues, center-right on fiscal issues, government spending, etc. But to the extent that the players insist on making midterms about the parties, here's the deal. The fringe parts of the GOP complaining how the lack of wave means something was off. They're right. The elections were rigged. Cuomo says elections rigged. Hold on, listen to the rest of it. There was deception, lies, cheating. But those righty fringe types are the ones who rigged it. The BS deniers and the lies about counting procedures and the pushing fear and division, that was all an effort to rig the races, and it backfired. In GOP strongholds, it worked, okay? More than 160 deniers won, but that was just about groupthink, okay? How do we know? There were 100 of them that were punished because the races were competitive, okay? Not conservative strongholds. Election deniers there lost the overwhelming majority of the contests. They also lost all races that they were not favored to win. What does that mean? No upsets. Now, you may say, well, why would there be upsets? Because you had everything going for you. But it was true at the entry level, House, Senate, Governor, Secretary of State, all losers. Remember, again, they had everything going for them. What do I mean? They had history. First-term incumbent presidents lose seats in almost every midterm. They had economic concerns, high on people's thought list, and not good data, especially inflation, key issue on their side. But they were also clearly exaggerating their case. And I believe they were playing a lot of you for fools, for suckers, that you don't remember how the former administration spent under their watch, the deficits, the tax cuts that did not pay for themselves, and that gas prices, inflation, they're real, but they're not as simply explained as Biden bad. Now we do the Democrats. I know the news is filled with Democrats saying this is proof that they're seen as better. I give that a yes, but. Yes, but you have a rough economy, that your relative inaction and extra checks during the pandemic and a failure to evolve on pandemic restrictions, that all made it worse. Yes, but losing less seats than was expected is not a great bar for success. Yes, but to be in such a close battle with the current state of the GOP contaminated by fringe extremism, how did you not overwhelm them? How did the Democrats not prove the exception to the rule of losing seats, given how extreme a group you were up against? The answer is not because both parties are equally toxic. I don't believe that. Not right now, they aren't. Defund the police, BLM, Antifa, whatever that is, the AOC types. Look, they're not helpful to creating consensus in America, but they don't come close to the radicalism and rampant lies on the right. And it matters. It matters to balance the two and just not write them both off as both sides. I get that. There are two sides, but you've got to be fair about them. And I'll tell you something else. These complaints about Democrats doing investigations, look back at how I covered the Russia probe. There were real questions. I said it was never going to, it was never going to amount to seeing the president in shackles or that he'd be indicted. And I was right, but it was obvious, okay? But if you're going to complain about those investigations, then why are you so happy about the GOP promising to do the same thing if they get the chance? And that's having it both ways, okay? So it doesn't give you high ground.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.